Okay, let's take a look at this review problem. The limit as x goes to 0 of 1 minus cosine of 2x over x squared plus 7x. Before we get too deep into this, let's take a look at the form of this. So if I were to attempt to plug in 0 here, I would have 1 minus cosine of 0 over, and on the bottom I get 0 plus 0. Now clearly 0 on the denominator is bad. Also, cosine of 0 is equal to 1. So that's 1 minus 1 over 0, or 0 over 0. Now clearly that is not the correct answer. We do this little bit of scratch work to confirm that L'Hopital's rule applies to this problem. I have something that has the form 0 over 0, and so L'Hopital's rule applies. And so therefore the limit as x goes to 0 of 1 minus cosine of 2x over x squared plus 7x, that will be equal to the limit as x goes to 0. Now I take the derivative of the top by itself. The derivative of the top will be equal to 2 sine of 2x. Now the derivative of the bottom will be 2x plus 7. Okay, now what's the form of this? The form of this, if I plug in x equals 0, I get 2 times the sine of 0. And on the bottom, if I plug in 0, I get 0 plus 7. So that's equal to 0 over 7. This does not have the form 0 divided by 0, and so I no longer continue using L'Hopital's rule. I just simply plug in the numbers. And so just plugging in 0, I get 0 divided by 7. And so this limit is equal to 0. And so that is the answer. This is an indeterminate form in the form 0 over 0. This one is not. And so just plugging in 0, I get 0 over 7, which is equal to 0. Now, there is a way of double checking your work, and that is by using your calculator to actually draw the graph of this function. So I did that ahead of time here. This is the graph of 1 minus cosine 2x over x squared plus 7x. And as we see, as x gets closer and closer to 0, the y-coordinates are indeed getting closer and closer to 0 also. And so it makes sense that this is a visual confirmation that the limit is 0 as we had computed. Now, the picture does not prove that the answer is 0. And certainly just simply answering, well, the graph says it's 0, that will not be an acceptable answer for the exam, but it is a nice way of double checking your work to make sure that you did get the correct answer.